discuss among yourself, and then you have to present it. Is that clear? By the time by next week, mostly we will complete our postnatal, so you won't have any problem. So today we are going to see labor, but in antenatal, we have seen much of the roles, much of our PT role in the labor. So in antenatal itself, we will be teaching all these PT role. So it is today we are just going to summarize whatever we have learned in the antenatal or like in the early bird class. Okay. So our role in labor is just to teach them the coping up strategies. Coping up strategies means definitely they are going to have pain, and the pain will be more severe. So if you see, the pain will be in such a way that it is like some 50 to 20, 60 bones breaking together. So the mother will be having that much of pain. So as a PT, we cannot just reduce the pain. Only thing we can do is we can just help them to cope up with the pain. And another thing is, this pain is not going to be for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Some people, it may be there for nearly days. So especially if you see, the first stage of labor will be keep on dragging, and it can take nearly two days for them to progress into the second stage. So for the primary gravid mother, the labor and its stages will go from minimum some 10 to 12 hours to nearly 2 to 3 days. So since it is going for a very long time, they will have a lot of discomfort because of the pain and because of the ongoing discomforts. So our role is to just make them relaxed, as well as make them to cope up with all these discomforts, because it will be more difficult for them to even move their legs sometimes. So in all these times, we give them some strategies in order to that they don't give up the labor. They just want to progress. So many times what will happen, the mother may not be able to have enough strength, and she may request for a cesarean delivery. So our idea is to break that and make them comfortable. Is that clear? So we are not going to reduce the pain, or we are not going to stop the pain. We are going to teach them strategies to for them to increase their energy and cope up with the difficulties. So the first role is relaxation. So this cannot be just taught on the labor table. So you don't think that like during labor, once the labor begins, then we can teach the mother. It is not going to happen like that way. So you need to prepare them before itself. That's why they come to the antenatal class. So in from the antenatal class, you have to prepare them so that they have the idea about it and they are going to implement it. So on the table or during the labor, if you teach, they may not be able to take up the information you are giving, or they may not be able to understand your ideas. So that's why we teach them before, make them to practice before going into the labor. Okay, so we have different types of relaxation. So in that we will be taking four types of relaxation. One is Michelin's method, Jacobson's method, touch and relaxation, then imaginary method. So Michelin's method is like your Michelin's method is it is a progressive relaxation technique. Reverse progression relaxation technique. Jacobson's is progression relaxation technique. Touch relaxation is nothing but your massage. Imaginary method is nothing but your visualized imaginary method. Okay, so first method, Jacobson's. See, I'm not going so in depth regarding the relaxation because you have already learnt in your exercise therapy. So it will be just a briefing of class today. So the first method is Michelin's method, where you will begin the relaxation from the proximal muscle and you will be going towards the distal muscle. So you will start from proximal muscle, then you will be going into distal method, distal muscle, and in this you are going to contract the opposite muscle group. So by contracting the opposite muscle group, you are helping the agonistic muscle to relax. So if example, for example, the person will be having shoulder neck flexion, then they will be having shoulder rounded shoulder, that is kyphosis. So what you have to do is the muscle in the anterior part will be tight and the muscle in the posterior part will be more loose. That's why they get this particular posture. So what you have to do is you have to ask them to contract the opposite muscle, that is your spinal extensors, scapular extensors, or you can say scapular protractors. So you need to make them to contract that, and this will help them to relax the opposite muscle group. So from the proximal part, you will be going to the distal. Maybe you can start from head to toe. That is your Michelin's method. I will show you the video later after the slides. The next is Jacobson's method. So in Jacobson's method, you will be contracting the agonistic muscle and relaxing the agonistic muscle. That means you will be contracting the same muscle which are tight, and you will be relaxing the particular muscle. And here the difference is you will be doing from distal to proximal. That means you will start from the toes to head. So from the toes you will begin, then you will go into head. So that is your Jacobson's method. Next is your touch relaxation. So touch relaxation is nothing but your massage. So here we are not going to do all the techniques. So what are the techniques that will be giving them the soothing effect? That technique alone you can take. So especially for the back massage, in the first stage of labor, they will be having pain from T11 till L2. So you will be concentrating on that particular region. So you can do stroking from proximal to distal. You can do effleurage from distal to proximal. Then you can go for circular kneading. So like these are the three major techniques we will be using them in massage. So you can using them in women's health. So you can give all these three over the area. So in the first stage, you have to give from T11 to till L2. That means you have to concentrate on these area. Then in the second stage, you will be giving from T10 to S2. So the whole, almost the 3/4 of the back you will be giving. So these three techniques you will give. So circular kneading, just for uniformity, you can also use a tennis ball. So that will give them the good relaxation. So all these techniques you are supposed to teach the partner so that they will be able to do it during the pain. So this is touch relaxation. Next is imaginary method. So imaginary method is nothing but visually you are making them to imagine their happy moments. So during the history taking itself, you will be getting what are the hobbies and what are the happy moments, all those things. So when they are relaxing, you will be making them to uh, close their eyes and sit in a very calm room. Then mentally you bring back their happy moments. Like for example, if the mother will be if the mother likes to sit in the garden and like loves to have the cool breeze, then you can make them to close their eyes. Then slowly you can start to talk to them. Okay, now you are walking in your garden. So you are walking in the garden, and it is so much breezy. Now you take in the cool breeze. Okay, breathe in the cool breeze, breathe out the cool breeze, like that. So you keep on talking to them and make them to imagine the happy moments, or make them to imagine the things which they like. So this will help them to relax mentally. Okay, so this is visualization imaginary method. So these are the relaxation technique that you will be using. Then after that, you will be making them to do the breathing exercise. So breathing exercise, you have different breathing exercise for different stages. That one we have seen already during last class. I hope I don't need to make you watch the video again, isn't it? So did you watch the complete video? Okay. So, like we know there is like three stages of labor. In that first two stages, we have to give them the breathing exercise that will help them to relax, as well as that will help them to prevent hyperventilation and Versova maneuver. So, in the first stage, you have three phases: phase one, phase two, and phase three. So, in the phase one, first is you will be doing is focused breathing. You make them to look in some object, maybe look into the wall over a picture or anything, then make them to breathe in and breathe out along with the contraction. So along with the contraction they have to do the breathing. Okay, so this is the first phase. Second phase is along with the contraction you will be doing breathing and breathing out, but in between you will be adding some sound called haha. That is when breathing out you will be doing doing like ha ha. Breathe out like ha ha. Is that clear? Then in the third phase, you will be adding another vocal sound for breathing in also. So whenever you are breathing in, you will be adding one vocal sound like he, then ha ha. Okay, so breathe in using he and breathe out using ha ha. So this will help you to relax yourself, plus this will help you to reduce the hyperventilation. That means along with the contraction, you can phase the breathing and you can reduce the number of breathing during the contraction. Okay, so this is the first stage breathing. So second stage breathing will be breathe in, then hold, then push the baby down towards the breath canal and try to breathe out, breathe out by pushing the baby down. So this will help you to deliver the baby and push down the baby into the birth canal. Okay, so this is also called as J breathing. Is that clear? So these are the breathing techniques you will be doing. Next will be the positions. So different stages will have different positions, especially in the first stage of labor. The mother will not be bound to bed. She will be walking around. So most of the time the mother was allowed to walk around, and like even if the leakage is so severe, then only they will ask them to be in bed. Otherwise the mother will be free to walk around the ward in the first stage. So during the first stage, the mother should not go for towards gravity position, like squatting and other thing. So if they go for towards gravity position, the gravity will be pulling down the baby, which may cause undue pressure over the cause undue pressure over the cervix, and the cervix will not be able to efface properly, and the baby will be keep on pushing over the cervix. Okay, so this has to be avoided. So in the first stage of labor you go for the counterbalancing gravity positions, and you position yourself in such a way that uterus is not towards the gravity. Uterus is somewhat antiverted or moved forward. Okay, like sitting. So stoop sitting will be helping you to position the mother in a eliminating gravity position. Okay, so all these things you have to keep in mind. So for the first stage of labor, you have these kind of positions. Okay, like stoop standing, stoop sitting. All these will help you. The uterus will be in this direction, so it will not be getting pulled towards the gravity. Okay, so avoid these two position if the mother has symphysis pubis dysfunction. So if the mother has symphysis pubis dysfunction, then you have to avoid this particular position, because we need to maintain the leg in adducted position. So that's why you should not do abduction. Okay, so some more positions for first stages. These are the positions for the first stage of labor. Is that clear? Now, for the second stage, it should be towards the gravity. So second stage should be towards the gravity. So for the second stage, you can position them in these position. So second stage, the effacement will be complete and the baby will descend down. So you also help the baby to come down. So that's why you position them in this position, so that gravity will giving them a pull and that will help them to deliver the baby easily. Okay, so these are some more positions for second stage of labor. Okay, okay. Then next is massage. So like during all the stages, you need to have a person support, or the partner support is very essential for the mother for to have a good labor. Okay, so that's why all the antenatal classes are done along with the partner. Okay, they don't do separately. So the next is massage. So here massage, as we have seen already, we will be doing stroking, effleurage and kneading. So stroking and effleurage, stroking will be done from proximal to distal. Effleurage will be done from distal to proximal, and according to the painful area you need to concentrate. Then you can also do this kneading. You can use a tennis ball to do kneading if the husband has some difficulty. So this is the first stage of labor pain. So you have to concentrate in this particular uh, level. This is single hand kneading and this is double hand kneading. So in the second stage, the pain will be from here, little more higher and little more lower. So you have to concentrate over the complete area. So you will be giving stroking, effleurage and circular kneading. You can also give the massage over the abdomen. Okay, so this is stroking, this is effleurage, this is for abdomen. So for abdomen, you are just going to relax the muscle. So you're not going to apply too much pressure to relax the muscle. So you can give abdomen massage little carefully. So you can go for stroking, you can go for lateral stroking, and you can also do effleurage. Okay, so these are the area, this is the area of pain, and you can do massage over the lower muscle like this, or like effleurage over like this. Okay, so this is called lateral stroking. So next is you can also massage the legs. So especially whenever you have pain, if somebody is holding our legs and pressing our legs, we feel good, right? So to relax the mother, you can also give them massage. So this will help them to avoid cramping pains. So here you can, along with stroking, effleurage, circular kneading, you can also introduce picking up. So that will help them to relax the muscle. Okay, so perineal massage. So over the perineal area, you can use your friction to give massage over that area. So when you give friction around the perineal region, this will help them to relax the muscle and avoid episiotomy. So that's why they prefer this particular massage. Okay. Any doubt so far?
No, miss.
Next coping up strategy is tense. So we can use bus tense and brief tense, anything you can use. So you will be just fixing up the pads and you can give the equipment to the patient. So whenever they want it, they will be increasing, and whenever they don't want, they will reduce or stop the equipment. So like area again depends on the area of pain you have to give massage. Apply the TENS. So since in the first stage of labor, the pain will be between T11 to L1. So that's why you need to give the TENS over this area. So in the first stage, you will be applying two TENS over this area. Okay, so L1 along with T11 to T12, you have to give one pair of TENS. The other pair is given at L1 to L2 region. Okay. So when the pain is very severe, that is in the second stage, then you can fix one particular set of set of pads over T10 to L1. The other set of pad will be S2 to S4. So you can just fix the pad, attach the electrode and give to the mother. So whenever the mother has pain, she will be increasing and decreasing the intensity. Okay. Next is you need to think whenever you are giving TENS, you need to be very careful because that will be definitely affecting the electronic system that is having in your body. So if the mother is having a pacemaker, then you should not give massage if they ask. Okay, unless and until they ask, you should not give any massage. Then over the near the pacemakers, near the carotid sinus and all, you should not uh, keep the TENS. So this will interfere their electronic gadgets. So that's why we avoid using it over the particular area. So you need to be very, very careful. And if the mother is planning to go for water birth, so that is the water birth is a recent technology which is becoming very, very popular in Western countries. So they give birth in the pool. Okay, so that is called water birth. So why do they give birth in the pool? The water will help them to relax themselves automatically. The other one is buoyancy may help them to air it little easily. Okay, so that's why many of them will prefer water birth. So you can ask them to remove the TENS whenever they are entering into the birth pool, and you need to clearly give them instruction regarding the TENS and how to reduce and how to increase the how to reduce and how to increase the intensity. Okay, so these are our coping up strategy. So you have to teach them relaxation, you have to teach them breathing technique, you have to teach them positions, you can teach them massage, then you can teach them TENS. So these are the things you will be giving them during to cope up the pain. So the next thing is medicine. So you can give them a brief idea about the medications so that they will be little bit aware of the medication that will be used for them during the labor. So the first thing is analgesic medicines like uh, Entonox and Pethidine. So these two have little bit side effects, like they will give you nauseation, vomiting, and they will be giving drowsiness. So this drowsiness will not help the mother to give birth the baby. So the mother may go for sleep. So that's why you avoid these two medications now. So sometimes when you give an overdose of these two medicine, the labor may not progress and we end up in cesarean section. So for that, we can use this epidural anesthesia. So this is another drug which will be given through a pump. Okay, so through a pump, you need to give them this medication. So they will be putting a small puncture at the lumbar level, that is at the L1 level. Then they will be inserting this needle and they will keep the needle, fix the needle in that particular space. So through this needle, you will be given the medications in a very mild dose or in a metered dose. Metered dose means they will calculate according to the patient's body weight and height. They will be deciding the intensity. So that will be given through a metered pump. Maybe this many drops in a minute, like that. Exactly. So that is called metered dose. And if the mother needs some extra, then she can also request for the extra. Is that clear? So this medications will not interfere in their normal labor. So this medication will allow the mother to be fully conscious and allow the mother to fully deliver the baby. So that's why this medication is becoming more and more popular, even if it is a little bit costly. It is becoming more and more popular among the women's, like among the obstetric and gynecologists. Okay, so you can give them advices regarding the medications also. So if you see in your antenatal class, in class 1 you will be going with lot of exercises. The week 2 you will be dealing with the first phase of first stage of labor, and week 2 you will be dealing with second phase of first stage of labor. Then in the week 4 you will be teaching what to do during the third stage and what to do when the baby is born. Okay, then in the 5th week you can give them a good idea about all the medications that is given during the antenatal time. Then in the 6th week, you will be giving them idea about the postnatal period, what to do immediately after delivery, what to do, what are the exercises to bring back the body into normal shape. So all these things you will be teaching in the 6th week. So these are the coping up strategy that will be helping the mother during the labor. Okay, so we will go into the videos.
So hi, this is Allison Abizaid with Health Forward Wellness Center, and what we're going to go over right now is another relaxation technique called a muscle reduction relaxation. So what we're basically going to be doing is we're going to be tensing and releasing the muscles in order to create a form of relaxation for the body to experience. And this helps in a lot of medical conditions, including high blood pressure, when it's practiced on a regular basis. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with her feet, and we're going to have Kitty point and flex her feet. Okay, so Kitty, if you wouldn't mind pointing and flexing your feet from your ankles. There you go, just pointing all the way down and flexing all the way up. You see how the tension, how she's got a lot of tension in her feet right now. And now what I'm going to do is ask her just to relax. Just relax your toes and relax your feet. Good. Now the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and start tensing your muscles in your legs. Tense them really tight and hold it for about 5 seconds and then go ahead and release. Good, excellent. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to come right up here to her buttocks, and I'm going to ask her, go ahead and squeeze your buttocks. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze as tight as you can. And slowly release. Good, and each time that she's releasing, her body is going to be experiencing a form of relaxation. Now I realize that I'm going through her different body parts fairly quickly because this is a demonstration, but when you're at home and you're doing this, take the time that you need, hold it for 5 to 10 seconds, and then go ahead and release after that. The next part of the body we're going to go to is her stomach. Go ahead and suck your stomach all the way in. There you go. Good. Feel that belly button go all the way down to the small of the back and slowly release. Excellent. And feel now the tension in your chest. Go ahead and tense your chest up. Good. And raise the shoulders up to the ears all at the same time. And relax. Good. Breathing out. Excellent. Take a deep breath in and go ahead and tense the muscles on your arms. Make them nice and strong and straight. Squeeze the hands and the wrists. Good. And exhale and relax. Go ahead into the shoulders and into the neck. Bring the shoulders up. Go ahead and tense the neck all the way up. Good. Take a deep breath in. You're tense, tense, tense. And slowly relax as you breathe out. Good. Now with the facial muscles, go ahead and just squint your face up. Make all those funny looks that we all make. Just make sure that you're all squinched up and your muscles on your face are all tight. There you go. Good. And now slowly relax as you breathe out. Good. Excellent. So this is just a demonstration of the muscle relaxation technique.
To watch the other segments in this video series or for how-to videos on
person can relax by himself or
This is the Mitchell method.
Okay, so this is Michelin's method of relaxation. Okay.
Physiological relaxation.
Lie on your back with a pillow under your head and your hands resting on your tummy. Pull your shoulders towards your feet, away from your ears, making the neck longer. Stop. Register or feel that your shoulders are lower down and there is now a wider space between them and your ears. Move your elbows out and open. Keep your arms supported on the bed. Stop. Feel the position of your arms and elbows and the pressure of your arms on their support. Move your fingers and thumbs long and supported. Open out your fingers and thumbs, keeping your wrists resting on their support. Stop. Feel your fingers and thumbs fall back into their support on your tummy. Don't let your hands touch each other. Turn your hips outward. Feel your thighs and lower legs roll outward. Stop. Feel your legs turn outward. If you wish, move your knees gently until comfortable. Stop. Feel the resulting comfort in your knees. Pull your feet away from your face. Bend at the ankles, gently pointing your toes. Stop. When you stop, The muscles on the back of your legs relax. Feel the results. Press your body into the bed. Stop. Feel the pressure of your body on the support. Press your head into the pillow. Feel the movement in your neck as you do this. Stop. Feel the weight of your head lying in the hollow space you have made for it. Take a deep breath, expanding forward slightly above the waist and around the lower ribs. Then breathe out easily. Repeat one more time. Draw the jaw down. Avoid opening your mouth. Stop. Feel your separated teeth and the smooth skin over your cheeks. Especially, feel your lips gently touching each other. If it is stuck against the roof of your mouth, bring your tongue down and let it lie in the middle of your mouth. Stop. Feel the tips of your tongue touching your lower teeth. If your eyes have not already closed, close your eyes. Stop. Be aware of the darkness you have produced when your eyes are at rest. Make the space between your eyebrows and your hairline as wide and wrinkle-free as possible. Try not to frown. Smooth the skin over your forehead, from your eyebrows to your hair. Continue with the movement over the top of your head and down the back of your neck. Stop. To return to full activity, stretch your limbs in any direction. Do not hurry. Sit up slowly. And wait a minute before standing up. You have now completed the whole sequence. Continue working in the same order through the entire cycle, again and again, using the original phrases and explanations associated with each part. Thank you.
So what is the first one? What is the procedure? Autogenic training. You just breathing is going now.
Okay, so here in this video, you will have relaxation, all the relaxation technique. Is that clear? So you can watch from beginning. So it has all the relaxation technique together.
Person can relax by himself. Autogenic training. Self-relaxation technique. So person can do this technique whenever he needs relaxation. Whenever if you want to have relaxation, you can do this. So what is the first one? What is the procedure? Person can select comfortable position. Comfortable position means you can sit or you can lie down or you can sit in any different position. But it should be comfortable for him. That is the first procedure, first point in the procedure of autogenic training. Next is what? Close eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Are you comfortable with this? Huh? No. Okay. So close eyes and concentrate on breathing. Now you just concentrate on your breathing. No need to do anything more. You just breathing is going now. You just see. There is no need for him to do nothing. What I asked him, just concentrate on your breathing. How you are breathing, you just concentrate. That's all.
exactly.
Close your eyes. Just concentrate on breathing. No need to breathe much. Okay? Next is what? Visual imagination. Visual imagination of anything which you like most for some time. Visual imagination of something means dreaming. Or it's not dreaming. Dreaming is something which you can't. Imagination means
You can't.
you can feel that. Maybe your girlfriend, maybe something. You can imagine. Okay, imagination. This is very important. Visual imagination of something. Come on. Then after some time, slowly opening your eyes. Slowly opening your eyes. Okay? So what is autogenic training? It is a self-relaxation technique. Self-relaxation technique. So where you will ask the person to be in comfortable position. Next is closing the eyes, just concentrating on breathing. Then self-imagination of anything which he loves more. Okay? Then be in this for 5 to 10 minutes or whatever the time he wants. Then again slowly opening the eyes. This is what self-relaxation technique or autogenic relaxation. Okay? Now, Jacobson's, before doing the actual procedure, you must explain to the patient what he want to do. So what he want to do first? Person can select comfortable position with closing eyes. What is the first one? Person can select comfortable. Either it can be sitting. See, why I am choosing lying? Why? Can you tell me in a biomechanical way?
Make support.
Good. Base of support is more.
Center of gravity.
Center of gravity is closer to the base. It is on the base of support. Very low. So it will be more comfortable, means muscle tension will be very less. That's why most of the relaxation techniques you will use supine lying. Supine lying. If patient is not good with this, you go with your patient or clients, whatever the position he wants, you can go. But comfortable it should be. Okay? So comfortable position with closing eyes. Next, tensing. Tensing followed by relaxation. I told you, contrast relaxation, tensing, relaxation. Of muscles from the foot to forehead on both sides. On both sides. So what I will ask him to do here is, from the foot to the forehead. To the forehead, I will ask him to tense and relax. Okay? Then, after that, he should concentrate on breathing. Then, slowly he has to open his eyes. Now, what you want to do? Now you want to ask him, instruct him how to do that. Now, first you have to do your foot down, tense these muscles, down, calf muscles, relax. Okay? Now I will tell you, now you can see, no problem. Then you have to tense your, do it in opposite way. Do it in opposite. Now tensing of these muscles. What is these muscles? Keep your mobiles inside. What is this muscle? What is this movement? What is this movement? So what, can you tell me some muscles of this dorsiflexus? Muscle, name any one muscle.
Biceps.
Huh?
No. The gallio.
Tell me one muscle. Huh?
Gallio.
Gallio maximus.
Not there. Here, sir. Here. What are the muscles for dorsiflexus? Huh? It's not abductor, it's a dorsiflexus. Tibialis anterior. What is that? Tibialis anterior. This is tibia. Tibialis anterior. For this, there is one more muscle, tibialis posterior. And gastrocnemius, soleus, so many muscles are there. Now what I am doing here is, I am tensing all the muscles. So first do some movement with plantar flexion both sides. Ask him to feel you have to feel the tension. Yeah, you have to feel the tension. Then leave it. Then do the dorsiflexion. Do. Now leave it. Now press your both knees down. Both knees. Same time. Okay? Now relax. Now glutes. Press glutes down.
What means glutes?
This.
Pressing glutes close to each other. Yeah, okay, that's fine. No problem. Okay? That is for glutes. Relax. Now tighten your abdominals. Press your umbilicus. You know umbilicus? Press it down. Tense. Down.
So,
You have to go like this. Down. Then relax. Okay? Now, now here, chest. Okay? How will you do the chest? You can't contract the chest. See, this contraction and relaxation will be done only with your breathing. Then only it will contract and relax. So you can't do that. Don't think about that. Relax. Now next one is what? Shoulders. Press your shoulders back. Press down. Now relax. Now your fist. Make fist. Slowly leave it. Now this knee, elbows. Press your elbows, make it straight. Hand. See, this is contracting the triceps. See? Okay? Leave it, relax. Shoulder he has already done. Now neck muscle. How you will tense neck muscle?
Neck.
Very good. Press your head down. So you can feel this muscle. Okay? Come on. Press. Leave it. Okay? Then smile. More. Next. Do this. Tensing this muscle. Relax. Now forehead. Up. Yeah. Relax. Okay. Do you feel anything change in your body? It will be relaxed. Obviously, if you do, simple thing. You do this, and like your whole muscle will be relaxed. You will feel that your head is moving like that. Simple thing. Okay? So that is the effect of relaxation. Now, after explaining this to the patient, once if patient understands everything, then you have to command. Now close your eyes. Okay? Now first start with your ankle down, don't open your eyes. Ankle down, leave it. Now ankle up. Feel the tension. Now leave it. Now press your knees down, both. Feel the tension. Leave it. Now press your glutes down. Yes, very good. Now leave it. Now press your abdominals down. No. Now just leave it. Now make a fist, hand fist. Press hard. Now leave it. Now press your elbow, make your elbow straight. Now leave it. Now press your shoulders back. Shoulders back. Tense. Leave it. Now press your head back. Yes. Now leave it. Smile. More. Now relax. Now teeth. Clench teeth.
About.
This. Not this. This is different. Okay? Now raise your forehead up. Yeah, leave it. Now just concentrate on your breathing. Just concentrate on your breathing. Don't think about anything. Just concentrate on your breathing. Just concentrate on your breathing. Like that, if you give, no, definitely you will get nice. So let it be for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Then slowly open your eyes. Slowly open your eyes. Okay? Movement. And he has to know the awareness of that movement. Now, do foot movement. Close your eyes. Just do the foot movement. Okay? Do you feel that awareness of movement? Do you feel the movement? Yeah. Now leave it. Leave it. Now do just rolling of your whole roll. Yeah, roll. Yeah. Okay. Now leave it. Let it be relaxed. Now do the movement on your hand from the shoulder. Don't lift it. On the support. Okay, leave it. Do some trunk movement. Move the trunk, both sides, that side. Yeah. Leave it. Now move the chest. Yeah, good. Now relax. Now do your head movement. Both sides. Now relax. Concentrate on your breathing. So what is the difference between before and this? That is progressive relaxation, where you are feeling the difference between contraction and relaxation. But here in awareness through movement, same thing, same procedure, but you are asking the patient to do some movement and relax it. Then again do one more part and relax it. Okay? So this is awareness through. So in your exam, we will ask you either progressive relaxation, or we will ask you autogenic training, or we will ask you about awareness through movement. Okay? The same procedure. But for everything, support, comfort, restful atmosphere is very important. After that, these are the techniques. Okay, you came, what's your problem? Okay, where are you from? So this is what? First, interaction with the patient. Then, asking him to remove all his, make him comfortable. Remove. And making the person positioning the person. Okay, then the application of your, before demonstration, explanation. Explaining the procedure to the patient. I told him how to do the movement. Then you have to demonstrate the sequence. Okay? And last one, winding up. After doing everything, after patient went, you have to remove everything and place it. Then we won't mind much, but this is the how you have to. So first is receiving the patient, then making the patient comfortable means position of therapist, position of patient, position of therapist and position of patient we will see for. Then how you are explaining the procedure to the patient or a person, then demonstration of the technique. Okay, so this is what we will check in your practical. For any practical, this is the ideal thing.
Okay, so I hope you got an idea about relaxation technique along with the practical steps. So I'll send you the perineal massage videos and position videos and other thing. Okay, so all other videos I will send you, or I'll upload it in the LMS. So later you can watch, and if you have any doubts, then we can discuss. Is that clear? So now Deepti will be, Dr. Deepti will be continuing like the class. I will log out, then she will log in so that you can continue the class. Is that clear? So all the videos related to this role of labor and other thing, I will send you today. Like I will attach in the LMS, so you can go through. If you have any doubt, then we can discuss in next class. Is that clear?
Yes, Miss.
Okay. So thank you. I will log out. That is, I will end the session. Then she will, once she joins, you can rejoin the class. Is that clear?
Yes, Miss.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss.